If you have a history of dieting or you've attempted eating 100% clean, then you may have also experienced the roller coaster extreme of then binging on less nutritious foods. Well, my friend, you are not alone. I've definitely been there myself more than a few times. And it's a conversation I have all the time with clients. So what does it look like to eat in a balanced way? Meals that include plenty of whole foods that are nutrient dense, that will make you feel physically satisfied and energized, combined with those straight up delicious foods that are just enjoyable and psychologically satisfying and fun. That's why I wanted to make this video, because the black and white all or nothing thinking doesn't really work well in the long term with our eating. If you want to know how I help my clients create a balanced plate for each meal, then keep watching. Hey friends, I'm Christina and I'm a nutrition coach. On this channel, I talk about lean eating skills and behavior change while keeping plenty of fun in life. So before we get into how to balance your plate, I would like to share with you why is this even important? Well, we're looking for a great balance of nutrients for our health that also provide the most amount of satisfaction with the right amount of calories for you. Not too many and not too few. A balanced plate adds a variety of foods for taste, texture, and satisfaction, and it provides your body with the fuel it needs to crush the day, while allowing for flexibility and keeping things exciting. So we want to keep plating your balanced meals super simple, because that's how you are going to incorporate that in your real day-to-day life. You're not going to worry about how many grams of each macro you're going to get or how to measure and weigh your food, none of that. It's kind of a pain in the butt anyway, and most people don't want to do that for the rest of their lives. If you do, you're an adult, so please follow your heart, but most everyone I work with one-on-one is not really into doing that. So, how do we do it? Take your plate and imagine dividing it in half. On one half of the plate, we are going to fill it with delicious fruits and vegetables. We want to try to get one or both of these in at every meal as much as possible. Some meals might be half a plate of fruit, some meals may be half a plate of veggies, and some might be a mixture of both. By the way, if you're a veggie hater and you want some of my favorite tips for how to eat more vegetables, check out this video here. Next, we are going to take the other half of that plate and split it into 2 quarters. On one of those halves or quarters, we're going to add our serving of protein. If you struggle with eating lots of protein and you want a full video breakdown on my tips to get in more protein, then check out this video here. The other quarter of this side of the plate is going to be some kind of carbohydrate. This might be a rice, potatoes, quinoa, pasta, garlic bread. You get the idea. The last element to create a wonderfully balanced plate is fat. A serving of fat is about a tablespoon of fat, or maybe you'd go for some cheese here, or avocado, or butter, or sour cream. Now, some people love super simple methods of measuring their food rather than weighing everything, and they use something called the hand portion method. The easiest way to think about it is if you make a fist. You want to have about 2 fists of fruits and vegetables at every meal. Then you open your hand, and you want to have about a palm worth of protein at every meal. For your carbohydrate, hold your hand in a cup shape, and that's going to be about your serving there. And finally, for the fat, it's the size of your thumb, or about 1 tablespoon worth of fat. This is just a general guideline that would depend from person to person. If I'm working with a really active person, like an endurance athlete, they might require more than this baseline, like more carbohydrates or protein. For a very sedentary person, we might adjust the portions down a bit. So even with this concept of a balanced plate, there's some individualization and customization here. So use this as a template and adjust it as you listen to your body. So you might be wondering why plating a balanced meal is going to help you reach your goals. This balance of food is going to provide you with the nutrients and vitamins that your body needs. The combination of your vegetables, your protein, good carbs, and your fats, they all work together so that your body runs efficiently, and it's going to provide your body with the fuel it needs to crush the day. It allows for a variety of foods for taste, texture, and deliciousness, and it allows you to be flexible and keep things exciting. You don't have to feel like you're stuck eating the same things over and over again, unless you happen to like that. You can really eat any types of food that you want, and I might even encourage you to try some new foods that you haven't before. Maybe you're thinking about the state of your current plate, and this feels overwhelming. If that sounds like you, I want you to just start where you are. How about focusing on one food group at a time? Maybe you start with protein. When you're feeling really good about getting in a serving of protein with each meal, then you can move on to a different food group. Another way to approach it is just to focus on 1 or 2 meals a day instead of all 3 right at the start. There's nothing wrong with scaling this at first, as you feel more comfortable learning this skill. A lot of questions that come up around this that you may have are, okay, so what do I do if it's like a mixed plate or a soup or a chili? Should I separate out each type of food to see the portions? And my answer to that is no, you don't have to do that. Just do the best estimation you can. Most chilies, for example, have tomatoes, beans, and other vegetables. Maybe you add in some squash or mushrooms or zucchini on the side. Or maybe you have a vegetable soup and you want to add a side of protein. Maybe it's lasagna and you want to add a bit of spinach as one of the layers. The idea here is not to be perfect, but can you get each of these items on your plate even if you're not the one preparing it? Remember, if you're having a difficult time getting in half of your plate with vegetables, it's fine to start out with 1 serving of fruit and 1 serving of vegetables. So there you have it. I want to encourage you to try to set some kind of goal for yourself in this next week. Between today and this time next week, how many balanced plates would you like to have? There are 21 possible meals in a week, for example. Do not shoot for 21. Choose a number that seems reasonable and practical to you. Like with most things, the more you practice this, the easier it becomes. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more eating skills videos just like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, drop me a line. All my contact info is in the description. And I will see you next time.